My name is MacArthur, and one stormy night I sold my soul to an eldritch god in exchange for pierogi. You're listening to Deadly D8.
Ladies and gentlemen, butterfly boys, butterfly girls, and all of our friends beyond the butterfly binary. You are listening to Deadly D8, the YouTube series that tucks you into bed and reads you some Pathfinder facts. Today's video topic will be about the Song of the Spheres herself, Desna. This video will be broken down into 3 parts. Part 1, a dreamy Desnean intro, where we'll tell you a little bit about Desna to set the scene. Part 2, Desna's fortune cookie time. And finally, we'll close with Part 3, a reading of Gary the Good Little Gobbo and Barry the Bad Bumblebrasher. Thanks again for tuning in, and now, let's get on with the show. The night didn't know beauty until Desna came into existence. While the other gods toiled away to create the world, Desna set her sights on the heavens, placing each star in the sky. After surveying her artistry, she hung the brightest star high in the north and made it her home. Her first gift to mortals was this beacon of hope, a twinkling sign in the dark sky that they could turn to when lost or unsure of themselves. Next, let's break open some Desna fortune cookies and see what today's aphorisms are. Aphorism number 1. A copper for the song, a copper for the road. In Golarion, you should always pay a Desnean bard 2 coppers, 1 for Desna, and a second for the performer's skill, or a plead for the bard to perform elsewhere. Aphorism number 2. A star cannot see its place in the sky. If you're doubting your place in the world, don't worry. You still have a role to play in the harmony of the heavens. For some, their role might be destroying beings of great evil, and for others, it's as simple as providing love for those around you. Aphorism number 3. You're never lost following butterflies. If you are a gnome trying to keep the bleaching at bay, this one goes out to you. Our last aphorism is a reminder to follow your intuition. We so often let logic and society run our lives. Remember that there is a time for this. But there's also a time to trust your gut and follow the butterflies wherever they may lead. Lastly, we're going to finish out tonight with a bedtime story titled Gary the Good Little Gobbo and Barry the Bad Bumblebrasher. Once upon a time, there were 2 goblins. Gary the Good Little Gobbo, who always followed his heart, and Barry the Bad Bumblebrasher, who was always up to no good. One cold night, Gary and Barry were traveling back to town when they came across a fellow traveler, sleeping under the stars with a slight shiver. To keep him warm, Gary placed a warm blanket over the traveler. But Barry, that devious little Gobbo, whispered spooky sounds and terrible tales into the traveler's ear while he slept, giving the traveler bad dreams all throughout the night. Now, Desna, unhappy with Barry's action, cursed Barry with constant inconveniences as he traveled home, which kept the little Gobbo out past his bedtime and earned Barry a scolding from his mother. Though Gary caught a cold that night, his kindness was rewarded by Desna with a deep sleep, warm feet, and a cured cold. The next day, the 2 little Gobbos went out to play and stumbled upon another group of gathered goblins. "We can't go over there," Barry said. "Those are Bumblebrasher Gobbos, and they're nothing but lazy, dumb old goblins who don't deserve my attention." But Gary knew better than to judge a book by its cover, and instead walked over to the Bumblebrashers and sang them a song of his people. The Bumblebrashers loved the song, and so spent the rest of the night making much merry with Gary and showing him around their wonderful village. Desna, pleased with Gary's kindness and self-expression, watched over him while he visited the Bumblebrashers, and even granted him extra luck when he almost fell into the Bumblebrasher's stew pot. But Desna was very displeased with Barry, the bigoted little Bumblebrasher, and cursed him with misfortune that followed him everywhere he went. As Gary and Barry grew older, they went their separate ways. Gary continued to always try new things and explore all that life has to offer. But Barry never learned his lesson and continued causing fear and despair everywhere he went. One night, Desna, fed up with Barry's bad behavior, cursed him even further, using her power over the stars. If Barry was going to be a bad Gobbo during the day, then he didn't deserve to enjoy the beauty of the night. And so, whenever the stars shone upon Barry, he grew very sick and tired. While the other Bumblebrashers sang and danced outside of his window, Barry had to sit inside and grumble while he watched wistfully from his window. But Gary, the good little Gobbo, was secretly Desna's favorite little goblin, and so she granted him a very special blessing. After one feat of particular artistry, Gary gleamed and grew beautiful, bright butterfly wings that shone light and joy wherever he went, and wherever that was, so too did Desna follow. Did you enjoy these tales of Desna? Stay tuned for more Gods of Golarion, and pick up Pathfinder Gods and Magic for these and more ways to spice up your game, along with hundreds of other ways to reward or punish your players who follow the deities of Golarion. Thank you for listening. This has been Deadly D8. Sleep well.